Ladies and gentlemen, this is internet personality Vangelus here with a review of the Revenge of the Fallen Scout class Transformer named Dune Runner. I'm trying to get caught up on a lot of the Scouts because I really do adore the Revenge of the Fallen Scout lineup. It's some of the best, small, compact Transformers goodness we've had in a long, long time. And Dune Runner is actually, for me, a slight exception, but I'll get to that later. The one thing you can't fault him for in his alt mode is the paint. This dude has tons of it. I mean, I would have loved to see some hubcaps on there, but it's not really all that necessary. I mean, so many varied colors and picked out little details on here. It's really nice to look at. My only problem with his vehicle mode structure is that it gets a little bit panely, especially around here, mostly due to the nature of the engineering. I wish things kind of clipped in just a little bit more, but that's no biggie. The only other thing to bring up that a lot of other people have brought up is that his cannons point a little bit inwards on each other. It's actually not that big a problem from the front. It's when you look at it from the top down and from various angles where it becomes really apparent, and you can kind of futz with them a bit, move them back here, and then they end up looking a little bit straighter, or at least it looks like they're in motion. But it's definitely something that's odd. It's aesthetically not super pleasing to the eye for me. But his vehicle mode otherwise turns out okay, and it's very clearly somebody's lil brudder. Don't they look cute together? I know. Anyway, it also rolls. Okay, let's transform it. Vehicle mode to robot mode is a lot easier than the other way around, let me tell you. It's mostly about lining up panels. But things are twice as intuitive when you're heading to bot mode, and this transformation is a snap. Also, it helps the aesthetics to bend the chest thing a little bit. It works as a belly plate, but I like it better like this. And in robot mode, the glare on his chest is horrendous! Oh man, waxing your pectorals and your mammaries, I just don't get that. Now aesthetically, this little dude is my least favorite Scout robot mode of the bunch so far. For some reason, this thing just does not click with me at all. I mean, if you fold this up a little bit more and give him a bit of a, you know, a bit of a boob, I think it looks a bit better than having just a plate down there, but something about the bends of his legs, the bends of his arms, his little pot belly, it just doesn't work for me. I really can't explain it. It's not actually a fault of the toy so much as it is that whoever designed it did not aesthetically line up with me. I mean, I like the little shoulder cannons. They are a nice character, and the big saving grace for this guy is actually the head sculpt, at least with me, because the aesthetics don't click with me at all, but the head sculpt is finished off by those two little doofy, goofy, cute orange pupils, and for some reason that just wins me over. I mean, the silver helps too, and little headlights on his head, you know, oh, headlights on the head, pun, add into it as well, but his head sculpt is actually my favorite part of this toy. Aside from the kind of unspoken action feature of having gun turret things on his shoulders, his posability's not that bad, especially if you fold this thing up. He gets a lot more of a free waist joint, which is always nice. He's got a ball-jointed head that is a bit hard to get your fingers at, unless they're lithe and kind of like normal people fingers. He's got ball-jointed hips. Knee joint is nice. The ankle joint is helpful. The heel spurs are really gorgeous, because without them, he would be horrible. But the shoulders and the elbows, they aren't really hindered at all. And he doesn't have a swivel here. He just has the normal up and down motion, but due to how the shoulder joint works, he kind of sort of can do things that are swivel-like, as though his bicep were twisting, aside from when the guns come in front of his face. So posability-wise, and on an unbiased level, there's nothing really wrong with this guy. I mean, maybe his knees could... actually, no, they bend perfectly fine. I'm really trying to avoid looking for faults, because aesthetically I don't dig this guy that much. So I can't really say that there's anything outright wrong with him. The cannons actually look way better in this mode than in vehicle mode because they aren't bent inwards as much here, in part thanks to the shoulder joints. And I do like how his shoulder blades are a pair of spinning tires. It's pretty cool. So he's a stocky little military dude. He's kind of cute, and once again, he's very clearly a little brudder. I mean, seriously, just look at this. It's so obvious. Armor hide, slash landmine, slash whatever you want to call him, is one of my favorite first movie deluxes, and I thought that would make me adore his lil brudder here, but it just doesn't. I'm sorry, man. I loved you so much, I dotted in your, like, 15 extra eyes with metallic green paint. But your little brother just annoys me! I don't know, I'm sure that they have great times together. About you. It's too beautiful. The hair's the size comparison is how big he is next to some other toy. It doesn't have a big brother. So he has his faults, but he has a big brother that looks out for him and he's gonna take him so far. So if you don't think that his aesthetic faults are that bad, then for sure go and look for Dune Runner. Because as a toy, there's nothing really wrong with him other than a few little things here and there. But he's coming so far in the world.